So to start off, I will be giving you some more background about the Shanti Project and the clients we serve in order for you to get a better understanding as to why the SHARE program was created. So to tell you a little bit more about what Shanti does and who we serve, Shanti is a nonprofit and our mission is to enhance the quality of life, health, and well-being of people who are living with terminal, life-threatening, or disabling illnesses or conditions. But really, at our core, Shanti is about building meaningful relationships. And these relationships we feel are essential for navigating life's most difficult challenges. We're able to do this through a continuum of holistic services, which include in home and on site patient and care navigation, emotional and practical support, which is provided by staff and our peer support volunteers. And we also focus on preserving the human-animal bond through our Pets Are Wonderful support program. So over the last year, Shanti served about 4,000 San Franciscans and over 1,000 people volunteered providing emotional and practical support to our clients. So Shanti is a Sanskrit word that means inner peace or tranquility. And we feel like it's a really appropriate name since ultimately all of Shanti's direct service and educational programs are aimed at easing the burdens and improving the well-being of people in difficult life situations. And our mission really wouldn't be successful without what's known as the Shanti model of peer support. And the model is both a philosophy and a set of techniques that are used throughout our work. And to break it down, the model is a way of just being with another person. It really frees both parties to be fully who they are and to be able to communicate their feelings to one another. It also allows people to meet as equals, and it's a way of relating to others that is characterized by a certain set of values and attitudes. So we define peer a little bit differently than the traditional definition. So we define peer as someone who is not necessarily like us in obvious ways, but someone with whom we share a basic humanity with, someone who we are equals with. We feel that all people share universal human experiences, and by virtue of this shared humanity, we are all peers. So the model is really based on this equality. And the model is something that we, teach all of our staff and volunteers before working with our clients.
I feel like there's nothing new to be said about the difficulty so many of us faced in having to adapt our service models to COVID. In San Francisco, on March 26, 2020, Mayor London Breed announced a shelter-in-place order effective the following day. Shanti's work was identified as essential, with direct services staff coming exempt from the order while carrying on their day-to-day duties. The regulations around social distancing forced the cancellation of groups and drop-in spaces and required most people to primarily work from home due to our typically tightly packed offices. Staff remained committed to serving clients in person, with the provision of emotional support specifically noted as key to ensuring we were adequately meeting already isolated clients' needs. As 2020 dragged on, both staff and clients began to adjust to the new normal. We spend an inordinate amount of time trying to come up with ways to simulate the spontaneous conversations and connections that naturally occur when folks are in close proximity to each other. We try to find ways to foster connections between clients whose various afflictions made them more vulnerable to COVID and thus less likely to feel safe out in the world. A piece of the solution to both these problems came in the late summer of 2020, when I was asked to attend a meeting with some folks from UCSF who were interested in a potential collaboration with Shanti to bring opportunities for creative expression to our clients. I knew very little about the Osher Center's work going in, but I came out of that meeting as the organizational lead in the collaboration. As I began working with Selena, Tammy, and Chris on our grant proposal, I realized a few things. Their collective experience was incredibly relevant to our approach to client care and staff support. We had a lot to learn from each other, and this was going to be a lot more work than I initially estimated. In late 2020, we found out our proposal was funded by the Mount Zion Health Fund and promptly got to work designing our first series of workshops for staff. As the proposal took shape, we developed a plan to engage 40 to 50 Shanty staff and clients in workshops designed to improve their quality of life by reducing isolation, fostering connection, and learning tools to help cope with stress. These launched in the spring of 2021 with the stated goals of building community across previously siloed programs, giving staff an opportunity to personally experience share so they could better promote it to their clients, expanding on staff self-care practices, identifying current client needs, and shaping the development and continual adaptation of the program. The staff workshop series took off immediately, drawing participants from all over the organization and providing a much needed opportunity for staff connection and learning. It was really the right thing at the right time. The sessions were so successful that the group of participants kept meeting after the workshop was over, and supporting the product became more work than I could handle. That's my friend and colleague Liz, if she could help out. Coming off the rousing success of the pilot, we assumed the client series would go just as smoothly. We're not quite correct. A major piece of the initial proposal was that workshop participants would receive a free tablet to ensure that they could attend a weekly video conference and also use it to go to telehealth appointments, connect with friends and providers, watch TV, and check email. What we learned was that only clients who had already had a peripheral for accessing the internet were really interested in participating in the workshop. This necessitated a slight postponement of the start date and some additional outreach to clients. Luckily, we still had a solid group of folks who committed to participating and provided a lot of feedback that was both useful and inspiring. Key adaptations we made included moving clients groups to a drop-in model rather than a closed one, with a focus on a given theme for 2 weeks, with one session having an activity and the following opening up opportunities for discussion of the activity in ways that have been integrated in the client's day-to-day lives. Another adaptation we made was designing quarterly in-person and virtual half-day staff retreats. And the final adaptation we made was inviting local share facilitators to participate in in-person Shanti client support groups, which had returned following availability of vaccines for COVID and other treatments.
We needed to meet groups where they were, especially as things were opening up more in person. And we have been going into multiple groups, either in person, by virtual, and also Spanish-speaking groups with the lead translator or lead facilitator of that group. And the great thing about Share is a lot of it is nonverbal, and so it crosses and transcends universal language of either music or arts or different ways of storytelling.
Here, you'll see an image on the right of me and Selena, and you can see Eric and Liz, along with Shanti staff, creating puppets at a puppet building workshop I led. And on the left, you see Sir Frog-a-Lot, one of my favorite puppets I've built. So here's some more of these kinds of expressive arts activities we did. We mentioned puppets, and then some mindful movement. So I would say that was captured a bit in the closed eye period. Of course, we would do it a little bit longer and more in depth. Guided meditation, playful movement games, and I really draw a lot from Theater of the Oppressed by Auguste Boal, so just want to note that lineage. Here is an example of a creative story that we put together. This was with clients of Shanti Project, where I asked the group to think of some images. I pulled images from Google Images in real time, so trying to match what I found online to what people were imagining. And then together we added words and created a story. And it led to this funny cartoon type of deal.
A I'll leave you with this piece of feedback from one of the program participants. I appreciate the silliness and laughter. To me, allowing space to get weird or goofy for a minute is very healing. Thank you.